Hi everyone, you're watching the Founders Tech episode 3rd. My name is Anshika, the marketing executive of Interview BI, and with me I have Bismayy, the co-founder of Interview BI with us. Hi Bismayy,
Hi, Anshika. Thank you for having me.
thank you. So today my question is, why do people who practice interviews still fail them?
Oh, that's a very human question. It's actually a critical question. Um, Everybody wants to practice well before their main interviews, for the interviews for the dream company, right? And still, uh, this, the failure rate or rejection rate is quite high. Uh, I think what is happening here is most people aren't actually practicing, they're rehearsing. What I mean by that is they're doing passive practice. They're looking at notes, they're watching videos, they're reading answers from, let's say, ChatGPT, but they are not practicing well enough. Because in real interviews or actual interviews, uh, you need to have thinking on your feet. It requires very real time stimulation so that you are able to answer what the interviewer is asking. If you haven't trained well, you are going to freeze or ramble. Second is there is no feedback loop when you are practicing alone because nobody is telling you what's wrong in your answer. You keep repeating the same issues, let's say the unclear structure or giving weak examples, and not answering the question directly but beating around the bush. Right. The third is structure, which is almost like an extension to the previous point, where if it is a behavioral interview, generally you need to follow a star format, or if it is a guesstimate interview, uh, you for a consulting, you need to follow the exact framework of asking questions, clarifying questions before answering the interviewer's question, right? So there, what happens is most candidates focus on all the jargons that they need to say during the interview. But interviewers are not just judging what you're saying; they're judging how you are saying it, in what framework, in what flow, in how much clarity are you mentioning it. Right? That's where most of the answers fall up. And number four is there is no simulation of pressure. What I mean is when you are practicing or rehearsing in front of a mirror, there's no real pressure there. But interviews, they come with time pressure. There is a judgment that is happening from the interviewer, and they might interrupt you in between, and basically your flow may get disturbed, right? And this changes the way that you think, evaluate, and answer the question.